Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing the controversial parenting tag. I was tagged to this video by Emily from Matt and M. I'll have her channel linked down below. Go check it out if you haven't already. She is another mommy YouTuber on here, and her daughter Lucy is very close in age with Olivia. So if you guys like my videos, you'll probably like her videos. She's really funny and sweet, and I've really enjoyed getting to know her through the course of our pregnancy and this last 13 months of watching our daughters grow up together. This obviously, these topics are all kind of controversial. It's why I call it the controversial parenting tag. I just encourage you guys to be respectful of my comments and of each other. It's basically like a list of topics. Some of them are like one thing versus another thing, but most of them I guess are just like sharing your opinion on it. So I feel like it's really brave of people to go out and to share their opinion on these types of things, because you're really just putting yourself out there, and there's a lot of haters and people that are gonna bash you no matter what your opinion is. There's no right or wrong way to parent your children. Whatever you do is what works for you, and that's totally cool. So let's go ahead and get into it. I have the topics here on my phone, so that's what I'm looking at if I'm looking down. So the first one is pro-life versus pro-choice. This is an extremely controversial topic. So I am pro-choice. Yes, I love babies. Yes, I love life. Yes, I would never wish away my child, but I think there's situations where sometimes it is a valid option. I do believe that you should have the choice of whether or not you want to take on such a humongous responsibility. Oops, I closed the questions. Okay, the next one is baby wearing. I love baby wearing. I plan to do baby wearing videos. I have 3 different types of carriers that I like to wear Olivia in. I use them all for different things, but I wear her on a pretty regular basis. I think especially now that she's bigger, I wear her a lot more. When she was like a newborn, she was so little that it wasn't a problem to just carry her in my arms all the time, but now she's so heavy I can't do that as much. So if she doesn't want to be in a cart or in a stroller and she wants me to hold her, it's easier for me to wear her than to just like carry her. So I love baby wearing. I'm all for baby wearing. I think it's great for babies and great for moms, if you like to do it. If you hate it, if your baby hates it, then don't do it. So this next one is circumcision. This is probably the one I'm going to talk about the least, because I feel like this is such a personal decision. I think there's a lot of cultural and religious reasons behind this, and everybody has their own opinion on what they're going to do. The reason I don't want to talk too much about this is because we do plan on having more babies, and if we have a boy, I want that to remain private in the family stuff. Like, I don't want people to know whether or not we chose to circumcise our son. The only thing I'm going to say on this is that personally, my decision is to let my husband decide whether or not we circumcise. That's it. The next one is adoption, and I guess just my opinion on adoption. I think adoption is fantastic. I think that there's a lot of people who choose adoption, and it's a really wonderful option for them. You know, whatever the situation is, I'm all for adoption. I think it's wonderful. The next one is baby piercing. I've seen both sides of this. My mom pierced my ears when I was a baby, and now I have Olivia, and I'm choosing not to pierce her ears. I've seen a lot of people pierce their baby's ears. That's fine, that's great. It's a personal decision. It depends on what you like and what your preferences are. Personally, I want to give Olivia the option of deciding whether or not she wants to have her ears pierced. I support like her self-expression. I just want it to be on her terms and not on mine. The next one is breast milk versus formula. I breastfeed Olivia, so I am all for breast milk. I am a huge supporter of breastfeeding moms. I think there needs to be a lot more support of them. I think that every public place should have a quiet, private area for moms to nurse. I just think that it's so important, and it's so natural, and it's so normal, and I'm frustrated that moms are not feeling supported, and that moms are being given formula in hospitals. And you know, I understand there's a lot of reasons why a mom might choose formula over breast milk, and I understand that and I respect that, and I think that as a mom you're going to do what's best for you and what's best for your baby. I get it. There's something really magical about being able to feed your baby with the milk that you make from your body. It's just an extension of your pregnancy and supporting your baby and nourishing your baby with your own body. I think it's just absolutely beautiful. I have loved doing it, so I'm a huge advocate for breastfeeding, and like I said, I understand there's reasons why mothers wouldn't want to do it, but for the mothers that do want to do it, I think that they should be 100% supported in it, and have more resources and more options and less judgment. So the next one is spanking. I do not support spanking. I was spanked as a child, but personally, I don't think that that's an okay way to punish your children. I know people that spank their children, and I just kind of keep my mouth shut. I think the message that you're sending your child is that it's okay to hit other people if they do something wrong. And I don't believe in teaching physical violence as a means to solving a problem. I know that a lot of people do it because it's what their parents did, and it's just the way they grew up, and it's, you know, they think that it works for them. I also understand that every child is different. Some children don't respond to things as well as other children, and different techniques of parenting. I get that. But for me, I don't think I will ever spank Olivia. I don't think it's right. So that's one thing that I can't support the other side on it, because morally and ethically it's just not right to me. So that's that. The next one is co-sleeping. I'm all for co-sleeping because Olivia still sleeps in the bed with us. She has since she was a newborn. We did have a bassinet that was, we had like the halo bassinet that like swivels over the bed and away from the bed. So that was really helpful, but she never really wanted to be anywhere but in the bed with us. And still now, it's difficult to get her to sleep in her crib. So I'm all about co-sleeping. I think it's great. There's a lot of different ways that you can co-sleep. So you can co-sleep on separate sleep services. Basically, it just means that baby is in the room with you, and I fully support that. I know that studies have proven that it's the safest place for baby to be is in the room with mom and dad. I understand that like some people don't feel comfortable because they think they're going to roll over on the baby, or the baby's going to suffocate under the covers, or whatever it may be. I was really nervous about it when Olivia was a newborn, but we have found a way to do it safely and make it work for us and our family, so we are big advocates of co-sleeping. The next one is home versus public versus private versus charter schooling. Okay, I am not in a place to really talk about schooling because I haven't really explored our options for Olivia because she is so young. I went to public school and I didn't have any issues with it. So I kind of like split these up, like home versus public and then private versus charter. I don't know a whole lot about charter and private schools because I didn't go to one and I haven't researched for Olivia yet. So I don't really know what the difference is between the two. But home and public, I think if you live in a place that has really good public schools, or for me personally, like if we lived in a place that had good public schools, I would probably send Olivia to public school. Unfortunately, we don't have the best public schools where we live right now. So if we couldn't afford a private or a charter school, I think I would probably try homeschooling and see how that went. I know there's programs now where there's like a community of homeschooling kids that all get together and do things together. So it's not like you're just home with your kid all the time and they're totally isolated from the rest of the world and they don't get socialized. So we've considered homeschooling as an option, but we're just really not there yet. The next one is vaccination. I have fully vaccinated her on schedule, everything that she is supposed to have up until this point. So if that means that I'm pro-vaccinations, then yeah, I guess I am. Medicating children. My view is I try to do things as holistically and naturally as possible. I do not reach for the cold medicine the second she gets a cold. And if she has a fever, typically, unless I'm really, really nervous about it, I'll just kind of let her ride it out. I have a lot of faith in like the human body and that the body will do what it needs to do without introducing other medications. On the other hand, you know, there are children that absolutely need medication that would die if they didn't have it. So in that case, absolutely, I'm all for that kind of medication if it's going to save your child's life. And yes, thank God for modern medicine for that reason. But I don't believe in overusing medication. I guess that's kind of where I stand on that. Cloth versus disposable diapers. We use disposable diapers, but I would love to use cloth diapers. So the reason that we don't cloth diaper, there's a couple reasons. One, we've never like owned our own washer and dryer, and so I feel like when you're renting a place or you have to like share a community washer and dryer like we did at our old place, I feel like it's kind of gross to put your baby's like poopy diaper in there and then have somebody else wash their clothes. I don't know like how often people like actually like clean the washers and dryers when they do cloth diaper. And personally, the other reason, well, there's a couple other reasons. One, it's a huge expense in the very beginning to build up a stash and to buy enough cloth diapers and inserts for the baby, and a wet bag and all the stuff that goes along with it. But I know in the long run it saves you money, so it's like it's worth it in that way if you have the money up front to build up a stash of cloth diapers, or if you can trade or somebody can hand them down to you, then it's fantastic. The other thing is that I know myself, and I know that I would be so overwhelmed with trying to like wash everything and like make sure I always had enough cloth diapers, and having a wet bag every time we went out, and I just don't know if I would really be up for like the maintenance that comes with it. I know that you get used to it, and I hear people that cloth diaper that really, really enjoy it. And then there's also like diaper services, which is probably what I would go for, but they are expensive, and I don't know. I wish that I could cloth diaper. I would like to think about it for the next baby, but we use disposable diapers. I feel really bad for the earth, but that's what we do. The last one is CIO method, or the cry it out method. Okay, this is another one of those personal things. Like, this works for some kids and not for others. When we were trying to transition Olivia out of our bed and into her crib, we did try letting her cry it out a couple nights. I think a lot of kids will cry it out for like 10 minutes and then fall asleep, and she's not like that, so that never worked for us. I have read some like different information on it, and I just don't really support it. Not for my child. If she was different, then maybe. If she went to bed after 10 minutes of crying, then maybe. But it doesn't work for us. So that is my opinion on that. So that's it, you guys. That is all of the controversial parenting topics, and I hope you guys really liked this video. It was really fun for me to sit down and film. I'm glad that I finally got around to it. I've been meaning to film it for a few days now and just haven't had the chance. So like I mentioned in the beginning, please be respectful of my opinion and of other people's opinions. It's really hard to get on here and put ourselves out there and to say like what we believe, and because we're really just like opening ourselves up for criticism and for hate. So I'm just sharing my opinion. This is just for fun. I'm not trying to incite any arguments or anything like that. And if anything does get like too crazy, I'll just disable the comments on this video. Because I don't know why, I just feel like this is one of those things that like you almost don't even need to be able to comment on it, because like this is just for entertainment. It's just for fun, guys. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you again to Emily for tagging me in it. I had a super fun time doing it, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye!